Hello, I'm Arnaud, producer on Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and you're watching Eurogamer.
Greetings gamers and Assassin's Creed fans especially. I'm Ian Higton from Eurogamer, and I was recently invited by Ubisoft to visit both its Montreal and Singapore studios to get an unparalleled look behind the scenes at Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag in development. It was a busy few days, and while I didn't have any time to go shopping, I did bring back some awesome souvenirs to share with you guys in the form of exclusive interviews with some of the game's lead developers and designers, and some brand new exclusive gameplay footage as well. In this first interview, Arnaud Vaudour, Black Flag's producer at Ubisoft Singapore, walks us through exactly what happens during the game's epic naval fort battles. Yo ho ho go!
In the huge open world of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, we have more than 50 locations. Among those locations, we have 11 forts. Those forts are corner of the world. When I mean corner, I mean they are places strategically position in the world to block your passage. So if you want to explore fully the world, you will have to defeat those forts. Here's what will happen. You will face a huge fort. There is different size of fort, but compared to the size of the ship, that's beast. They are really, really big. They have composed of tower with cannon and a wall full of cannon as well. They are a big threat. There is mortar firing at you. And if you want to defeat them, you better have a very strong ship. So you better have to upgrade your own ship in order to be strong enough to defeat those forts. So when you start to approach the fort, it will detect you in no time. And if you really want to engage a fight against this fort, you'll have to get close enough for your cannons to shoot at those towers and at those walls to take them down. What you will discover is that as you're firing at the fort, those towers are collapsing in the water, creating splash everywhere, creating smoke everywhere. That's a very epic fight against a huge fort, which is a strong opponent for you. Once you're defeated all the different towers of the fort, and finally you can create a bridge to enter the fort, you'll have to jump in the water, you have to go on the beach, and all that is totally seamless. That's something you can do as soon as you finish to fight against those towers. There is several entrance in the fort. Because the fort are so big, it cannot be only one place. So depending on where and how you approach the fort, you will have a different experience. And then when you enter, you can imagine it's a fort that just have been attacked by ships. There's fire everywhere. There's soldiers that have been hurt or that are dead on the floor, and they are fighting back. They don't want to let the fort for free. So you will have to fight your way to the captain, and in order to make sure that you can make the fort yours. But there's also a governor hiding in a place. So you will have, after killing the captain, you will have to find this governor and take him down in order to finally get the fort for yours. After that, it creates kind of a safe zone for you. Anytime you will go back next to this fort, the fort will be your ally and will fight with you if there's any other ship that is entering in combat with you. In Assassin's Creed 4, you can decide to attack and to engage conflict against any ships in the world, any military ships in the world. So you can use the fort as a tactical advantage, and you can bring your enemy next to the fort and use all the strength of those forts and use the master, the big beast they are in terms of combat to defeat your enemy in a much better way and a much easier way.
Something I didn't touch on with Arnaud was if there would be an option to reset naval forts later on in the game, like you can do in Far Cry 3 and Blood Dragon thanks to the recent patches, which was a bit stupid of me. Luckily, later on in Montreal, I got the chance to pose that question to Ashraf Ismail, Black Flag's game director.
For now, that's not the objective, mostly because the naval forts unlock side missions. So there's a series of side missions that are linked to each naval fort. We will see what the fan reaction is, if people really want this feature, and if we're able to actually fit it within the context that we've built. For sure we look into it. We listen to our fans, we love our fans. So we do listen. For now, that's not the objective because it's a bit more complex than the outposts from Far Cry 3.
Thanks, Ash. Now back to Arnaud. Something you guys were keen to show me during the demo was the differences in the procedural destruction between current and next-gen versions. Can you explain to my viewers the benefits the next-gen hardware will have on the Naval 4 action sequences?
On the next gen, we are able to push that to a very, very high level of quality, but we wanted to have this experience available also on Xbox 360 and PS3. So you will see this procedural destruction tech working on the fort on those current gen consoles. But the level of quality, the quality of the smoke, the number of details that we are able to break on the tower in this with this destruction system is much higher on next gen.
So there you go. While the gameplay experience of attacking a naval fort will be the same across both console generations, the next-gen versions will be far better looking when it comes to the sea-based fort fighting. More smoke and more rubble will sound like small additions, but it all comes together to create a more visually stunning and, in the heat of battle, visceral experience which goes miles towards creating a more realistic, believable world. The naval fort combat sections themselves look like some of the most exciting parts of the game, combining all the core elements of Black Flag, the parkour, the combat, the ship and crew management, the open world choices, and the seamless transitioning between land and water into a small pocket of intense gameplay. Although I didn't get to try out a naval fort battle for myself, the live demo definitely fortified my excitement for the game. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to Eurogamer right now by clicking on that on-screen annotation. This was just one of many exclusive AC4 interviews and previews that we'll be putting up over the coming days, and by subscribing you'll get notifications as soon as they go up. Bye-bye!